Our Constitution is colorblind, and neither knows nor tolerates classes among citizens. In respect of civil rights, all citizens are equal before the law. The humblest is the peer of the most powerful. What are the maxims of democracy? A strict observance of justice and public faith, and a steady adherence to virtue. To listen well is as powerful a means of communication and influence as to talk well. A corporation is an artificial being, invisible, intangible, and existing only in contemplation of law. Let the end be legitimate, let it be within the scope of the Constitution, and all means which are appropriate, which are plainly adapted to that end, which are not prohibited, but consist with the letter and spirit of the Constitution. The people made the Constitution, and the people can unmake it. It is the creature of their own will, and lives only by their will. It is emphatically the province and duty of the judicial department to say what the law is. The peculiar circumstances of the moment may render a measure more or less wise, but cannot render it more or less constitutional. Between a balanced republic and a democracy, the difference is like that between order and chaos. A constitution is framed for ages to come, and is designed to approach immortality as nearly as human institutions can approach it. The French Revolution will be found to have had great influence on the strength of parties, and on the subsequent political transactions of the United States. The acme of judicial distinction means the ability to look a lawyer straight in the eyes for 2 hours and not hear a damned word he says. No political dreamer was ever wild enough to think of breaking down the lines which separate the states and compounding the American people into one common mass. In a free government, almost all other rights would become worthless if the government possessed power over the private fortune of every citizen. What is it that makes us trust our judges? Their independence in office and manner of appointment. An unlimited power to tax involves, necessarily, a power to destroy, because there is a limit beyond which no institution and no property can bear taxation. The government of the United States has been emphatically termed a government of laws, and not of men. It will certainly cease to deserve this high appellation if the laws furnish no remedy for the violation of a vested legal right. The law does not expect a man to be prepared to defend every act of his life, which may be suddenly and without notice alleged against him. Have no power, by taxation or otherwise, to retard, impede, burden or in any manner control the operations of the constitutional laws enacted by Congress. The institution of Masonry ought to be abandoned as one capable of much evil, and incapable of producing any good, which might not be effected by safe and open means.